Imagine an ear infection that leads to hearing loss. Worse still, imagine taking a loved one to a hospital for minor surgery, only to watch them fade away within days from a range of post-operative infections. This is the stark reality of antimicrobial resistance. At its simplest, antimicrobial resistance, or AMR, is when microorganisms such as bacteria, fungi, parasites, viruses, or protozoa, such as the parasites in malaria, are able to survive in the presence of antibiotics, antiviral, and anti-infective agents that previously killed them and cured the infection. Resistance results in severe prolonged infection that may become life-threatening and allow the microorganisms to survive and spread to other people. When bacteria become resistant to multiple antibiotics, they are often called superbugs. There are two main causes of AMR: evolution and human behavior. All things evolve, but bacteria, viruses, and parasites are experts at it, and do so at an exponential pace. Antimicrobial resistant bacteria share the genetic DNA with other bacteria via a simple mating process called bacterial conjugation. This is accomplished via direct cell-to-cell contact or by a bridge blood connection between two cells. The increasing availability and low cost of antibiotics has resulted in the overuse, misuse, and underuse in human health, animal husbandry, and agriculture. This inappropriate usage has been the key driver of increased antibiotic and antimicrobial resistance globally. The emergence and spread of increasing pace that exceeds the pharmaceutical industry's capacity to develop new antimicrobial drugs. Our reliance on antibiotics goes beyond just ourselves. Antibiotics are also widely used in agriculture. Approximately 700 tons of antibiotics are imported into Australia each year, with around 550 tons being used for disease control in livestock or treatment of infected livestock. It's also possible for AMR bacteria in animals to be transferred to humans by direct contact through food. In agriculture, antibiotics are sprayed onto the fruit trees to prevent and treat infection. After the initial spray, a few bacteria survive among the traces of antibiotics that remain. These low concentrations of antibiotics spread further afield via wind and water, providing more opportunities for resistant bacteria to develop. Measurable amounts of antibiotics have been found in water and soil, having found their way there via contaminated effluent. Truth is, it affects everyone's health in a way that no disease does, and the consequences could be catastrophic. All humans are susceptible to illness, and when it occurs, the expectancy is to have a fast, efficient cure. After a local news report on AMR and researching the book of Revenge of the Microbes, and completing a number of internet and other media searches, the picture of AMR became clear. It is a serious threat to human survival, and the cure is losing the fight. The search delivers a vast amount of literature for research, but this is generally of a highly technical and medical nature. This is the case with most JSTOR, EBSC hosts, and WorldCat databases. Information of more general, easy to understand language on the topic was found on the World Health Organization website. The World Health Organization has released statistics with a staggering estimation of what the future holds. The biggest percentage of antibiotics is used in food animal production. Only 20% of all the antibiotics are used for the treatment of sick livestock. The rest is for preventative measures. Antibiotics is a social drug. To bring this in comparison, if you are a substance abuser, it only affects you as the user. However, it is not the case with drug-resistant bacteria. They still have the properties of bacteria, only mutated. Therefore, it is still transmitted in the same way, but with a much higher survival rate. If the agricultural industry does not recognize the change and change their ways of utilizing antibiotics, the Darwinian analogy of survival of the fittest will decide the future. Antimicrobial resistance can be linked to the curriculum of students in Year 3 and 4 through nature and development of science, design and technology, and science as a human endeavor.